Last Week in Gaming.
Hey guys, welcome back to the second episode of an ongoing series, Fun Game Talk Time, where we just talk to you. And I hear my audio in the other room so loud right now because I forgot to turn it down. And it's too late, so we're just going to roll with it. Do you hear it?
I do.
Okay, this is going to be hilarious. There's like a 1 second delay. In this past week in gaming, there have been a few announcements, mainly coming from Nintendo. They had a stakeholders, some kind of meeting, investors meeting, and they were asked a bunch of tough questions, questions that just about like where the industry is heading and how that affects Nintendo. So something that Google announced like a month ago now was Google Stadia. And this, if you're not aware of, is Google's gaming solution in the marketplace. It's a streaming service, and basically you buy it, but you don't get a console, you just get a controller, and you're able to play any of these games just on your TV, but it's being streamed to you from Google's servers. And so this idea of like streaming cloud gaming, Nintendo was asked about, and Miyamoto himself, the father of Mario and Zelda, came out and said that they're not going to be doing a service like Google Stadia, at least not exclusively streaming like Google seems to be doing. He says that there's still fun to be had just going to someone's house and playing a game with them locally in person. What do you think about this?
I mean, I can agree. We do that every week, so...
That's true. You come here right now.
Yeah, I'm here now, and we're about to play some fun games together. So I feel like that aspect of what he's saying is very true. Going over to someone's house, playing a new game, there's always that excitement. Mm-hmm. Is the streaming service a direction that the gaming industry is going in? Yes. But, who knows? It's only 2019. We got forever until they really start putting stuff down. The new Microsoft... console comes out next year. They're
Project
heavy,
Scarlet.
Yeah, Scarlet. They're heavy on their Game Pass, which is an all streaming service. Ubisoft is doing their Uplay service. Then obviously Google Stadia. So there's a lot of different online services. I mean, Apple is about to do only streaming through their stuff too. So it's not a far-fetched idea. I think it's smart to just stick with consoles because I love playing my Switch. Just chilling, laying in the bed, taking it to work, putting it in my backpack, doing whatever. And, I feel like that has not lost its wow factor for me.
Yeah, growing up as a child of the 90s, I was telling you this earlier, like my neighbor had Contra, and I loved that game. And anytime I wanted to play Contra, I would have to go to his house. And it forced me, he was a cool guy, don't get me wrong, he was cool, but it forced me to leave my living room. As opposed to if you just had streaming services like cloud gaming, like a Netflix style subscription service where you just pay a certain amount of money a month and then you have access to every game on that platform. It wasn't like that back in the day. And so you were kind of forced to have friends, and if your friends had cool games, then you had access to those games. So there is this whole social element to playing in person, and I know people still do that now. We do that every week with these games, and I think Miyamoto's right that there is local fun to be had. I had great fun with a friend the other day playing online on Nintendo Online. But there's just no substitution for, this in-person experience.
I remember also being a child of the 90s. And going over to a friend's house and playing a Perfect Dark on the Nintendo 64. And there would be 8 of us in a room where only 4 of us are playing at once. So we're all screaming at the TV
yes.
You got the rocket launcher, run over there.
GoldenEye?
Yeah.
GoldenEye?
Where
007?
you turn off all of the weapons and it's a slap fight and you have to run and try to find each other. Those are the best.
Yeah, so many good memories. Something else that came up in this shareholders meeting was this idea of 5G technology. So I guess the question was posed to Nintendo, what are you guys doing with 5G technology? And it was interesting because there's all these different avenues that the gaming industry is headed. Virtual reality, 5G, streaming cloud services. And Nintendo hasn't really shown their cards on any of these. They've dabbled a little bit with VR, with Labo.
With the Labo.
But it's not like a serious thing, it's like a little toy gimmick thing. But they said at Nintendo that just because we haven't released anything publicly doesn't mean that we haven't been playing with it. That they're doing things behind the scenes, but they just haven't commercialized their explorations and made it public. And they clarified that they're not falling behind on any of these fronts. And specifically when it came to 5G, Nintendo said that they are actively investigating 5G technology. And they didn't say in what regard, but you have to start wondering, what would 5G bring to Nintendo? And something that I thought of was, you have the Switch. We don't know what console's coming after the Switch, or if there's going to be a Switch 2.0 or a Switch Pro. But if if the next Nintendo console has a 5G option, where you can maybe get a Switch without cellular data, maybe you can get a Switch with cellular data, and if it's 5G, then you could always be connected to the internet, not just at your home network, not just at your friend's home network, anywhere in the world. So what does this mean? You could go on a camping trip with the Switch. It means that you're always connected to the internet. What this means with streaming services or cloud gaming, I don't know. But the prospect is really interesting.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. If they did 5K, you're always connected to the internet, like Leif said. But that can open up more possibilities for crossplay with other consoles, broadening different, games, like Paladins or
Fortnite?
Yeah, Fortnite. Or, even bringing, like, bigger titles to the Switch, like Apex or Overwatch, even. Like, if the possibilities are kind of, like, endless. I mean, Microsoft is, kind of behind the scenes in talks putting Xbox Live on the Switch. If they put Xbox Live on the Switch, like, what would that mean for how many games could be portable? And what could, a cellular service or something like that do for being online all the time?
Yeah, and right now we could really only speak to the idea of having cellular service on the Switch because nobody really knows what 5G is. We don't know what 5G is. It's everyone, all these different companies have a different idea of what it means to be 5G. So we just know that it's going to be like super fast internet, connected all the time, wherever you are in the world. Which, for something like the Switch, which is already portable, you could already start seeing the possibilities there. Nintendo did come out with a couple other announcements, specifically for a game that you love.
Yes.
Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yes.
They stated, I believe for the first time, how long the game is going to be. So they said that this game's going to take place in a hotel. And they said that the hotel is going to be 17 floors of gameplay.
That's so many.
So, do you know anything about this?
Not to the length of the game, but I did hear, while being in my store and listening to the E3 coverage over and over again for hours at a time, that each level of the hotel is themed. So each floor is a different theme. There's the rainforest, or a circus, or like a normal hotel, or whatever. So each level is a different theme. So you could have different types of ghosts, different enemies, whatnot. So I'm excited. It should be really fun.
So you could have the Trump Hotel Vegas. You could have the Trump Hotel New York.
Yeah. Basically. Then at the very top is the Holiday Inn.
I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be my first Luigi's Mansion experience.
You should get pumped. I'm really excited. Gooluigi.
Just hearing you talk about it is getting me excited about this game. I've never played it before.
I love it. I just love Luigi. I feel like he gets a bad rap.
Yeah, he's just so goofy and weird.
He's so weird.
He's so weird. He's like the awkward younger brother that just like never grew out of that awkward teenage phase.
It was like that one time maybe like Mario picked on him and in front of like all their friends and he got really upset about it and never like moved on past this moment.
Yes, exactly. Forever a 14-year-old.
Poor Luigi.
Pre-adolescent, awkward middle-aged or middle school-aged. So Nintendo also came out talking about the new Fire Emblems game, Three Houses, I think it's called. But they said that each house is going to have roughly 80 hours of gameplay.
Oh, so many.
So, if you can play as each of the three houses, that's 240 hours of gameplay.
That's a lot.
You haven't beaten Breath of the Wild?
No.
How many hours have you put in that?
60.
240 is what we're talking about.
I know. To put it in perspective, I beat Red Dead Redemption 2 in 130 hours.
Holy crap!
Yeah. What I did, okay, to be fair, I did a lot of shopping, I did a lot of hunting, and I did a lot of beard growing, so.
But that's like half the gameplay of what they're talking about.
Yes.
I hope that it's good and that it's not like filler fetch quest type stuff. I've never played one of these games. I am going to be picking this one up. Like Luigi's Mansion, it's going to be my first experience. Have you played Fire Emblem before?
I've only played part of Awakening. It wasn't for me. I'm not a turn-based strategy type of person, and that's kind of what it was. And I was just like,
I love it.
Yeah, see, I'm not good at it.
Is turn-based, like RPG?
Well, the Awakening definitely was turn-based, like a strategy style turn-based.
I love it.
But I don't know about Three Houses. I wouldn't be surprised.
For me to get into an RPG, it needs to be turn-based. Like, none of this active battle stuff. It has to be turn-based.
I like the go.
No, I need to strategize, man. I need to plan my stuff out.
Yeah, I can't do that.
So a couple games have come out this week on the Switch. I think maybe a couple other platforms. The first one, of course, this came out across the board. The first one, Stranger Things.
Yeah, Stranger Things.
Stranger Things 3.
I have not finished the season. I'm only on episode 4. I just started episode 4. So I guess you and I are basically in the same place.
Yeah. I'm on episode 3, actually. Yeah. I think. Are you like a binge watcher? Like, are you gonna watch this thing?
Yeah. If I didn't have to go to work today, I probably would have just watched the whole thing yesterday.
Yeah. I know a lot of people are like that. I like to like savor the experience.
Oh.
So like, I do like one a day, you know? Because otherwise it's gone and then there's like nothing to look forward to anymore.
Yeah. No, I watched all of Legends of Tomorrow in like 2 days. I watched all of The Flash.
Wait, you mean like a season?
Yeah, a whole season.
Oh, okay. Not like the whole series.
No. I will say though, I have watched an entire series in a day and a half. When Orange is the New Black was still kind of new.
Man.
I watched the first 2 seasons straight through with no stopping. And it took
I don't know how you do it.
So long, but I did it. It was awesome.
I don't know how you do it. Do you get bored?
No. I get like so invested in these characters. I'm just like, I need to know what happens.
I get so fidgety. Like, I just got to start doing things like draw or play guitar or something. Yeah. I just can't sit still for that long.
That's why I want to get back into Stranger Things because there are a lot of things happening right now. Like so many moving pieces, and I'm just like, what's going to happen? Are they going to do this or going to do that? Like,
so many strange things happening.
Yeah, they're all very strange.
So the game came out the same day as the new season. I'm afraid to play the game for fear of like spoilers.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna finish the show first and then check out the game.
Yeah.
We don't have any plans currently to put that on the channel, but you know, if there's a hole in the schedule coming up, definitely look at that one.
I feel like that would be a fun one to do.
Another game that came out this week that I thought was hilarious. The first game by the Game Grumps, Dream Daddy. Dream Daddy. So, do you know this game?
Nope. Just the goofy ass icon that I saw on your Switch.
Yeah, with all the beautiful daddies.
Beautiful bearded men.
From what I understand, it's a dad dating simulator. And I played it for like 30 minutes the other day. And I gotta customize my own dad. I'm a daddy in the game. And I moved to a new house, to a new town. And I'm meeting other beautiful daddies around town. And I'm not really sure what's going on just yet. It does remind me a lot of the My Name is Mayo games, that and Mr. Masagi, where it's like still images, but then conversations happen, and then you get like a multiple choice like response to the conversation, and it like changes the way that the narrative goes. I might show it to you. We'll probably do an episode on it in the future. I'm pretty certain.
Can I create my own dad?
Yeah. You can. You
Yeah.
can. You get to choose what kind of like dad bod you have and stuff.
Is
So
one like really kind of like...
yeah, you could be like, or you could be like a bear, or like hairy, or like clean shaven, or
I'm pumped. This
all
is
this
going to be the
stuff,
best
yeah.
part of the game is creating a dad.
So I showed you the thumbnail on the Switch home screen, and how like it's embarrassing. I think like if you were to like, so I got this on the morning of July 4th, and then I went straight to my grandparents' house with my Switch. My parents are there. I put the Switch in the dock, turned it on, and I'm like, oh, I got Dream Daddy on here. And I did a quick delete while no one was looking before joining in the family Switch games. I didn't want to have that conversation.
Last week on the one-up kids.
So if you have been watching in this past week on our channel, we played a lot of Crash Team Racing.
Crash Team Racing.
CTR. And how did we do?
It was awful. We did bad. But it was fun, but I was terrible.
I was even worse.
Yeah.
So regardless of how terribly we were, for some reason, this game is just impossible. I feel like I'm decent at most race, at least Mario Kart, in the first, second place consistently. But this one just, what was it?
I don't know.
We were both so bad.
Yeah, just like watching the videos back, I was just like, man, am I really this bad at games? Like, I feel like I'm so much better than what these videos are showing, but it was just like, you are garbage. You're a dumpster fire. Like, get out.
But then there's me, who is always behind you, no matter how bad you were doing. But it made for some good episodes. I think we had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun. I learned a lot about Leif's hatred for the Boy Scouts.
Oh, yeah. And our
camping.
mutual hatred for camping.
Yeah, right.
A lot came out last week.
It was emotional and intense.
And then rounding out the week, we had the new Spider-Man movie come out, Far From Home. Mm-hmm. Have you seen that yet?
I have not. No spoilers. La, la, la. Even though someone at my work has already spoiled it for me, and I hate you.
I saw it yesterday. You said the same thing about Endgame.
It's because people can't keep their mouth shut.
Or
And
like-
they always think like, oh, you will never believe when buh happens. And I'm just like,
Is it like customers, or is it like people you work with?
both. They're both. They're just like,
Wow.
oh, you saw it? Well, what did you think of this? And I'm just like,
Wow.
okay.
Guys. Hey, guys. Come here. Bring it in. If someone hasn't seen a movie yet that they're excited about seeing and you've seen it, don't spoil that shit. The more you know. All right. So Spider-Man movie came out, and in celebration, we busted out the old NES Spider-Man game, Return of the Sinister Six. What did you think about that?
I thought it was crazy goofy, but it was fun to try to figure out what the hell these things were doing and why I couldn't swing.
Yeah.
Like, I was just
Yeah.
like, oh, why can I jump 30 feet but I can't swing across the damn parking lot or wherever the hell we were? It was just like crazy.
Yeah, that game was something else. I can't tell if it's good or bad. It like rides the line. Like, I want it to be good, but it's so awkward to control. So if you watch the episode, it just kind of ends abruptly, and we had a little technical glitch on our side of things. So the episode was Electro. We were fighting Electro, and it took us a few tries, but we actually did beat him before moving on. But the recording, it missed like the last minute or two of gameplay. And so it just kind of like ends mid-Electro battle. Apologies for that. That's something we're looking to get sorted here on our side. Anything else you want to say about that?
Nope. Watch that trailer at the beginning of that video because the old trailer for that game is crazy.
It's hilarious.
It's so funny.
Hilarious.
And they even show a video of Spider-Man jumping like 50 feet in the air.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what is he even doing?
Yeah. And then like Venom shows up for
they're
like no reason.
They're like, you better play this game or this guy will get you or something.
And it's like
crazy.
terrible 90s like 3D animation from 1992.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Now it's time for the main topic.
So today's main topic is discussing our favorite Mario games. So Mallory, we've been playing. You've been coming over every week for about a year now, and we've played several Mario games. I think we've played 1, 2, and 3, at least 3.
Yeah, we played 3.
But I'm curious. What is your favorite Mario game?
Why are you laughing?
Because I am just so happy right now.
Oh, okay. Well, I am so excited.
Okay.
Your energy is making me feel some sort of way about this.
Hold on, let me calm down.
Okay, get excited. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. Okay. What is it?
My favorite Mario game is, drumroll please, the Paper Mario 1000-Year Door on the GameCube.
So I couldn't believe it when you told me this. So I thought for sure you would be coming in today with Super Mario Brothers 3.
No, I'm not about that mainline-ish.
But you said it was, what console?
On the GameCube.
GameCube? Mm-hmm. Wow.
On the GameCube. And it is so good. It's very, very fun. It's super cute. And it's a turn-based RPG, which I said earlier that I do not like, but this one, for some reason, kind of got me. It pulled me in with its little cutesiness, and it's like silly text-based stuff and whatever else.
Do you remember the plot on this one? I don't know anything about it.
I don't remember the plot other than, like, whenever you had a battle, you were on stage, and Mario was on one side, and all the enemies were on the other, so you had to, like, hit these enemies like in a specific like order depending on like how much HP they had, and you had to kind of be strategic about that because you were just by yourself.
And you're Mario?
And you're Mario.
Do you have like an entourage?
I think you can have little toads with you that take take some damage, but for the most part it's just you. And you can have these different power-ups. Like Mario had this hammer, and if you use the hammer, it could flatten like 2 enemies at the same time, which was pretty cool.
That's so weird, Mallory.
It was so cute. I loved it. If anyone has a copy of that, play it immediately because it's so good, and I would love to replay it again. So cough, hint, hint to Nintendo. If you decide to do a GameCube Mini, please put that on there.
Wow, the GameCube Mini.
Or just stick it on the Switch. I don't care.
Yeah. So I don't even know if I know this game. So Paper Mario, that came out on the 64, right? That was like the first one, and then this is like the sequel.
Yeah.
For that one. I played the one for the Wii, but I just couldn't get into it.
There's a lot of talking in that one, lots of text. It just felt like forever before you got into any of the gameplay.
But this one's not like that?
No, there's still a good amount of text because there's no talking or anything like that. But the gameplay is just very fun. I don't know, something about it. It was just really good. I really enjoyed it.
I don't have it. I got all my GameCube games right here. I've never played that one.
Yeah, we should find it. Maybe I still have a copy. I don't know. Maybe I don't. I'll have to check. But either way, it's worth a playthrough.
Yeah. I'll put that on my radar.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it existed. So for me, was this a difficult question for you, or did you pretty much immediately know?
As soon as you would pose this question, in my mind, that was the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like, what was it? It was just like the best memories that you had with this game?
It was just something that just stuck with me.
Were you like college?
Was I in college? Yeah.
Or was this high school?
I was in college.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it was one of those, okay, so here's a backstory about my life. While I was in college, Hurricane Katrina happened in my hometown in Mississippi. I had to evacuate because our entire state had no power. And when I came out of Mississippi, I came to Georgia to live with my mom for a little bit while they restored power to our state so I can go back to school.
To the state.
And while that was happening, I picked up this game. And this is kind of what I played during that time where nothing else was going on because I had nothing.
So is this kind of like a break in your life?
Yeah, kind of like one of those, not to use again the hurricane metaphor, but it was like a good fresh start after like all of this like just terribleness that came out of the storm. It was like a really nice bright shining light out of that really terrible situation.
So this game was kind of like a silver lining.
Yeah, to all of the garbage that happened during this like stupid time period where I lost like literally everything that I didn't have in a duffel bag, basically. So it's just like, okay, well, this game pulled me through that. It kept me entertained. It took my mind off things, and it was a really, really good play.
Yeah. Yeah, I think when I started thinking about what my favorite Mario game was, I pulled from a similar part of my brain as you, and that was, what do I have the most warm, fuzzy feelings about, you know? And as opposed to like, what is the best,
like,
you know, like what, objectively the best. What does that even mean, you know? So for me, it's like an emotional thing, and the game that comes to the forefront for me is Super Mario Brothers 2 on the NES, the American version, not the Japanese version, which then later became the Lost Levels on Super Nintendo. It's a whole thing. But the American Super Mario Brothers 2, Doki Doki Panic in Japan, is what I'm talking about. And it was just, I think, a combination of things for me. I was real young. I was real young at the time, like maybe kindergarten or something. I want to say I was like 5. 5 or 6 playing this game. But the music got me. Mario games got great music, but the main theme in this song, you know what I'm talking about. Or the main theme in this game. It was also like the main theme in the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, which I loved all the time.
Yeah, it was. Man,
yeah.
Triggered me, my memories there.
So that just like solidified that this game is awesome. But then there's something about the graphics, and I know that's weird to say because it's such an old console and such an old game right now, but there's something about how colorful that game was when you get to some of the boss battles, and the music that accompanies it. It takes me to my happy place still to this day. That game is just amazing. And it had so many cool enemies. Like no enemies from the first Mario game were in this second Mario game. Again, because it was just Doki Doki Panic with Mario characters. But I didn't know that. And the games were awesome. They got Shy Guys. Mm-hmm. They brought about some mini bosses like a Mouser, like the fire with sunglasses. I forget his name, like Fry Guy or something. They had the snake with the 3 heads. And King Koopa, Bowser, is not even in it. The main boss was like a giant toad named Wart. And he was wearing like this crown, like he was some king of something. And he threw like vegetables at you. And it was such a bizarre, weird game, but it worked. And then Mario 3 came out, and that was much more like in line with the first Mario game. So Mario 2 was just like this weird outlier, and but it was amazing in its own right. And I think I'm drawn towards like weird artistic expressions, and that was what Mario 2 was for me growing up, and I think probably formed that side of myself. Anything else you want to say about that?
About Mario 2?
Or just Mario?
Oh, okay. I liked Mario 2. I never finished Mario 2. It was difficult for me because I have no patience.
Wow.
And I think when I played it, I didn't understand how like pulling the turnips and stuff worked. Like the mechanics of the game just didn't make sense to me at the time. So I'm sure if I went back now, it would be like a total different game experience. Which probably is not a bad idea. It's on the Nintendo Online.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that's something that I will be doing then.
I'm not going to get into it right now because this could be like a whole episode, but it's really interesting because Mario 2 is such a departure from the first game, and even the music's different. In every Mario game, you have like the classic theme, and the only time you hear that theme in Mario 2 is when you go to like the backwards nighttime world. You know what I'm talking about? Like occasionally you'll pull up something from the ground, and instead of being a turnip, it's like a red potion. And you throw that on the ground and a door appears. And you walk in that door, and then you walk out the other side, but day has turned to night. Everything has like flipped and it's reversed, and you're like shadows and stuff. But in that mode, it's the classic Mario theme. And then it only lasts like 5 seconds, then it goes back to like the normal world. And I have all sorts of theories about that that I'm not going to get into here. But it's interesting stuff.
This week on the One Up Kids.
This week on our channel, we have we have basically just Super Mario Maker 2. All week long.
All week. Get
All week long.
pumped.
Yeah, there's a lot to cover in this game, and it needs a full week. We could do 2 weeks, but I think a week's going to be good. Have you played this game?
No.
Have you played the first game?
No.
Okay. Well, let me tell you what the format is, what we're going to be doing this week. So this is Monday. You guys are watching this on Monday. Tuesday, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing some Nintendo-made courses in the story mode. And I think this would be good to cut your teeth on. You've never played these games, and for the first time, they've introduced a story mode. And it's really cool, actually, what they're doing. Basically, Construction Mario has to rebuild Peach's castle, which is like in ruins. It's like
He's such a Renaissance man.
yeah, it's true.
Construction
It's
worker.
true. Doctor.
Doctor.
Yeah.
He's a plumber.
Yeah.
He's an Olympian. Like,
You know, he started out just before his name was Mario as a jump man, and that's like what he did. He just jumped. And for that as a starting point, what a career this guy has had.
and he's lived a long life.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, he's like old as hell. But yeah, so you have to rebuild Peach's castle, but you need funds to do that. And so in order to get money, you need to play these levels. And each level you beat gives you like 1 to 200 coins, which goes to refurbishing the castle. So some of these levels, they're all fun, but some of them are like a blast. And I've just been making note of them, and I'm just going to hand you the controller and go through some of these.
Yay.
On Wednesday, I think we're going to be playing the most popular courses in Course World. Course World, Nintendo did not make these courses. These were just levels that like anybody made.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And just uploaded them. Mallory. And I don't know how you think that fast with these puns sometimes. Like, it takes me a moment to even realize that it's happening.
Yeah, I made a joke earlier while we were talking about camping, and I'm just waiting for you to edit this video so you could just be like, oh my god.
Did you really?
Yeah.
In this episode?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna be editing it and be like shaking my head.
I'm so excited.
I didn't even catch them when they happened. Keep my eyes out for this. But Course World is just like anybody can upload their course, and then you can like upvote it, downvote it. But the most popular ones are the most played, the most liked, and we'll just spend a day going through some of those.
Should be fun.
One of them is beat-based, which I think is going to be right up your alley.
Let's hope.
Yes.
I was bad at Cadence of Hyrule. Well, bad in quotation marks. I made it more difficult for myself because I wanted to go faster than what the beat was allowing me to go.
You were trying to do like eighth notes.
I was trying to double up, but they were not letting me do that.
Yeah, you can't do that here. Thursday, we're going to be playing some gaming YouTuber episodes. I actually have them written down here. So we're going to be playing Video Game Donkeys level. We're going to be playing Matt Thorson. He was behind Celeste. He was one of the guys behind Celeste, but he made a level, and Celeste was hard as shit. So I figure his level might be hard as shit. And then we're going to be taking a look at Gerard from The Completionists, taking his level on. And then, depending on time, we're going to be looking at Ross O'Donovan's from the Game Grumps. He made a level that is, I've seen it, and it is a beast.
Ugh.
I haven't played it myself. I've seen
scared.
other people take it on. It is something else.
Intense, I bet.
Yeah. And then rounding out the week, finishing things up on Friday, we're going to be playing my course. You're going to be playing my course. This is something that I finished making. It took like a day. Well, hold on. Backstory. I spent a day making a course, and then I didn't save it, or like something happened, and it was gone.
Aww.
And so then I took another day just making something completely different. And then that's what this is. But in order to upload your course, you have to beat it at least once to prove that it's not like this impossible thing. and I couldn't beat it. It was too hard. But I came back the next day, and after like 20 attempts, I was finally able
God.
to
If you
complete
can't
it.
beat your own thing in 20 attempts, how am I gonna beat
This is all day Friday. This is gonna be you. But I finally uploaded it, but nobody's played it. It's been like 3 days. Nobody's played it.
Please, someone go and play Leif's level.
It's
it called?
called The Cave of Ordeals.
Okay. I'm sure it's an ordeal, and you'll have a ton of fun. Or maybe you'll be like me and want to throw Leif Switch across the room. Who knows? We shall see come Friday.
Sounds like a deal.
Question of the week. Question of the week.
Here at the 1UP Kids, we get a lot of questions. You get questions on the daily.
All the time.
And so we figured it would be a good opportunity in this episode to take some of the more frequently asked questions and just answer them flat out all at once, as opposed to responding to everybody individually. So the question for this week, Mallory, you ready for this? Is the PS5 more powerful than the new Xbox?
I don't know.
All right, guys. Next time.